Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for May 5th, 2017. For Cinco de Mayo, it's going to be a very wet day. Area low pressure going to be moving off to our west into western Pennsylvania. This is eventually going to go up here to about Lake Ontario or just north of it. And it's going to park itself here for much of Saturday before finally moving eastward slowly by the time we get to Sunday. And that's going to be up here by the time we get to Sunday. So it's going to kind of very slowly move in this direction. But today we're going to have, on the leading edge of this, there's going to be a warm front in association with this that's going to move through very early. So we're going to have this area low pressure. The warm front is actually situated down here like this. And out ahead of it, you're going to have some locally heavy rainfall that's going to be occurring over especially central PA, where the best orographic lifting is going to occur. But also for the rest of the coverage area, we're expecting a general 1 to 1.5 inches of rain. If you go to the weather alerts page, you can see the amounts that we are projecting for the region. Those highest amounts will probably be right along the mountains of the Appalachians out here in central PA as this lifts off to the north. And then we get to this afternoon, this will start to taper off a little bit, and we're just going to get some residual showers behind it. It looks like once we get past about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we start to taper off to just showers, and then it becomes more hit or miss by the time you get to the evening and again during the overnight period. Let's go over to the NAM high-res future simulated radar. We'll start this off at 6 a.m. You already got some heavy echoes here in the radar reflectivity. That is indicative of some very heavy rain that's going to occur in the morning. So when you're going out in the morning, going get ready to head to work, you're going to have to be dealing with this heavy rain in those areas. I do think it's going to be lesser up here in northeastern Pennsylvania. But this heavy rain will have embedded thunder with it as well. So you can hear some rumbles of thunder because there's a temperature inversion aloft, which is basically the temperature as you go up in elevation to about 2, 3, maybe 4,000 feet above the ground. Temperatures there are going to be warmer than they are at the surface. So this is elevated convection, which means the thunderstorms are going to form above that level. But any thunder that occurs will be a little bit louder than normal because it's kind of trapping the sound because of that inversion. So you will have some loud thunder for areas that do see the thunder. Not frequent, but enough that it will be very loud and disturbing. Rude wake-up call, so to speak. So you have the first wave that's going to come through of thunderstorms that come through about 8 o'clock or thereabout, moving off to the north. And then you're going to have another wave coming behind it. You see another line forming behind it. This will have more scattered showers, and thunderstorms are going to rotate through off to the east-northeast. You can see that pretty good here, going from Allentown to Philadelphia, all the way down to Cape May, and just off the beaches of Delaware. This is going to continue moving off northeast. This is now noon we're looking at right here. And then here's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Now, that's when the bulk of this ends. You still have some residual showers that are going to be wrapping in behind this, however. So it's not completely gone, but it's just very light and sporadic. And you can see that here. It's going to become more hit or miss as we get into the overnight period as well, evening and overnight. So for those of you that have indicated that you have some plans, proms, things like that, you might get lucky where it's just cloudy and kind of damp, but might be okay for pictures and things like that. So going into Saturday, we'll have more showers that are going to rotate through, and we'll get into that now right after the rainfall projections. This is the model rainfall projections. Again, a general 1 to 1.5 inches across much of the area. Out here in central PA, we're talking about a little bit higher amounts, over a half inch, or excuse me, over 1.5 inches, and that could be locally over 2 inches in some areas. So heaviest amounts where the mountains are in central PA, where the orographic lifting will occur. And then elsewhere, we're generally 1 to 1.5, with maybe some locally higher amounts embedded in there as well. That is just for through Friday evening. Once we get through that, we're going to have this system again. It's going to move off to the north and situate itself. Here Saturday morning, it's situating itself over either western New York or near Lake Ontario. And that's going to kind of just sit there and spin for a couple days. And you can see that here. And you will have the opportunity for some showers to rotate through here. Some showers rotating through on Saturday morning. And again in the afternoon. Here's Saturday morning, here's Saturday afternoon. You still see the not heavy showers, and more hit or miss variety, but you still have the opportunity for some showers rotating through. And then again on Sunday, this system is going to finally start pulling eastward like we showed it originally. And then you still have an opportunity for at least the northern areas to have a passing shower. But I think you might even see some few peaks of sun, especially in the southern areas later in the day. Maybe a peak or two of sun. Now, don't get too excited. Probably still going to be mostly cloudy. But the opportunity for a passing shower still exists on Sunday. As we get into next week now, we get to Monday. Monday's going to be a partly to mostly cloudy day. Still have the system up here in just north of Maine, so the cloud cover will be associated with it. Can't rule out a shower, but I think most areas are dry here on Monday. And then we get to Tuesday. It's probably the best day of the 7-day, where it's going to be just partly cloudy. When we get to Wednesday, it's going to be partly to mostly cloudy, but another system is going to be kind of forming offshore. You can see that's off to the northeast here, so we'll call it partly to mostly cloudy. We're in between systems, one to the south, one to the north. So in between, probably keeping more clouds than sun, but dry here on Wednesday as well. Once we get to Thursday, we have this system is going to retrograde, which means it's going to back up in this direction, okay, and head over to southeastern Canada eventually, but that could mean an unsettled period as we head into Thursday. Here's Thursday, and then just some light showers rotating through again on Friday, and maybe again here next weekend, at least on Saturday, with more showers rotating through. It's a familiar position up here north of Lake Ontario like we had with this system with those showers rotating through. So we're in this very dull, dreary, and raw pattern that's going to, and cooler than normal pattern, that's going to continue straight through about the middle of the month before we see some improvement, and we are expecting temperatures to go to above normal and a much different second half of the month than the first, it looks like. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is our outlook for May 5th, 2017. Have a great Friday.